personally, I felt like maybe he did have a bit of ADHD, but then we never really got that specifically tied down. And the thing that we noticed with him was he was having a lot of issues with, just his behavior in school. And I think it was a more emotional regulation and stuff. But it seemed like, the strange thing with him was that it would just come out all of a sudden. But then once he calmed down, he could clearly tell you what was going on in his mind, what he was thinking. Because what we were dealing with was just these emotional outbursts on a regular basis. And you wouldn't know when they were coming. And that was the difficulty too, was just you couldn't calm him, you couldn't talk to him during those times. He would become so uncontrollable that I would have to hold him or take him away from situations. We did see quite a drastic change. We went from Mount Vesuvius to you may get a little bit of smoke now. We really saw some big improvements in his behavior, where he was able to focus more, where he was able to pay attention. We watched quite a bit of that clear up. So we say, you gotta have your CJ and your smoothies. I can't believe it because, I tell you, he started his new semester in August this year. But the previous semester, we saw behavioral improvements, but this year we even saw a drastic improvement in his academic. Our energy levels were not where it should be for 30-year-olds. We were just both drained and exhausted, but then once we started the CJs in the morning and the smoothies and everything, it was after I think maybe the first few days, maybe even a week, it was we just felt lifted and we really felt clear. I felt I can wake up in the morning. I can go about and do things. It wasn't this struggle to get out of bed per se. It was strange because, we were really just tired all the time and we kept thinking, maybe we just need to get good sleep this weekend, or we need to sleep. Once we finally just did this protocol, it was like we regained that energy. And so it's we have more energy. It's easier to work with Scott. The funny thing is, for my wife and I, we talk about the CJ as our morning coffee. We don't feel awake, we don't feel alive until we've had our CJ.
Wow.
Yeah. So we just got back from a trip. It was just a few-day trip, and we were abroad, so we didn't get to have any of our CJ and stuff like that. And you can just feel the difference. I was certainly on the fence at first. When my wife told me about it, I was like, hell no. But then I think what pushed me over the edge was nothing else was working. We tried supplements, TCM supplements before. We gave him heaty foods in the mornings, here's fresh eggs in the morning or whatever it may be. And we're still seeing all of these problems. He's not learning as well. His mind is not clear. And I don't want to go the route of giving him some heavy, medication. Okay, let's just try it and let's see what happens. So we started the celery juice, we started the smoothies. What we noticed was we just did see that change drastically, and we saw the change in ourselves. If you want to give it to your children, or you want to see improvements in those ways, try it yourself first. Do it with them, do it as a journey, because even if you're an adult, do it yourself, even if you don't have kids. Because, a lot of people, they're chasing these things and spending so much money on I want to regain energy, I'm going to have more coffee, I'm going to have more caffeine. If you buy the celery in bulk, it's not really going to be that expensive compared to if you have medical bills down the road. It's not going to be nearly as expensive if you have to keep sending your kid to therapies. Try the smoothies and see how it goes. Give yourself a week, because we saw benefits within a few days. It's a deep cleanse. It's a deep sort of sweep, and it also helps the mind. We haven't really had to console you again since we did the protocol. So
you're welcome.
Sorry, but thanks at the
It's
same
okay,
time.
it's okay.
Yeah.
My goal is to
Yeah.
help my clients recover swiftly and completely. So I
Right.
don't look for permanent clients. Yeah, I want people to
Okay.
really recover ASAP.
No, and we appreciate that.
Yes.
And I think that's another thing. Your approach was, normally people would want to hook us on, some payment plan for a while or doing something, but when you approached us, you were just like, you know what, this would be better, and you just do this, yada yada, and that's it. I think that also gave me an extra boost of like, maybe we should try this,